Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Catherine. I've been making book videos since I was in high school, but they are all deleted. So every now and then I come on here and I talk about books and things that I love, and hopefully I don't delete my videos out of embarrassment. I've tried to film this specific video like 5 or 6 times, but decided to go on a book buying ban starting in July for the rest of the year. So like halfway through the year, decided I'm done buying books, so this is my last book haul. Kind of. My birthday is in October, so I decided to treat myself for my birthday and like Christmas, but other than that I'm not gonna be buying any more books. So this is my updated book haul since my last one, which was probably like a year ago or a year plus. I'm not quite sure. So I do have a lot of books. It's an insane amount. Genuinely, don't buy this in like one sitting. I've been collecting books forever. That's just a quick little preface to this video. We're gonna be here for a minute, but sit back, relax, and I guess listen to me yap. I'm so sorry. You can click off. Totally fine. Okay, so this huge pile, we're gonna do this in chunks. This huge pile is fantasy, so we'll do that later, but I have so many romance books to my left that you can't see, but my entire bed is covered. So we'll get into these first. Of course, I have to do these ones specifically first because I literally have a tattoo dedicated to it. It is my favorite series of all time. I did already haul every single one of these books in the OG covers, but I love it so much, so I got the new covers of the Magnolia Parks series. I had to get the newest one, Into the Dark, in the original UK cover. I don't have it in the new one, but I do want to get it for my collection, but decided to just get the UK cover for now so that way my other books match. Of course. If you're new here, I love it when my books match. It feels right to start off with all of my favorite authors, so we're just gonna do that. I have books by Miss Abby Jimenez, the queen herself. I love Abby Jimenez so much. My favorite book by her is Yours Truly. I have Just for the Summer, which is her newest release. Love this one. This isn't a review video, but I just love that book so much. And then I have the OG Interconnected Standalone trilogy by her, which is The Friend Zone, The Happy Ever After Playlist, and Life's Too Short. I've only ever read The Friend Zone. I do want to read the other two, of course, because I love her writing so much, so I do have all 3 of these. And I love Abby Jimenez writing so much that I got these special editions, which are my favorite things ever. They are the cutest special editions. These are from Eternal Embers. This first one is Part of Your World. Oh my goodness, like how can I not be on your rob list? I would rob me too. And then Yours Truly, my favorite Abby Jimenez book. Oh my god, I almost dropped it. It is just so beautiful, it's so perfect. I love this book so much, it spoke to me. So I had to get these because favorite books, I have to, I just have to. Next, I have yet another queen. We're just gonna keep going on with these people that are so amazing and that I love. We have Miss Allie Hazelwood. I love Miss Allie Hazelwood. If you've been here, you know this already. I've read all of her other books except for these 3. I will be getting into them, of course. I love Allie Hazelwood. First we have Bride. I just realized I didn't say what any of these are about. I'm gonna be here forever, so I can't talk about what every single book is about because there's like at least over 100 books in this video. So keep that in mind. We have her YA romance Check and Mate, which is super cute, and I'm actually really excited because I love chess, so I'm excited for this one. And her newest release, Not in Love. Oh my god, another STEM romance. We love her STEM romances. They eat every single time. She cannot do any wrong. I love her books so stinking much. Now this next author, we have heard me talk about her endlessly throughout my videos. If you have seen them, if you're new here, you probably know her, you love her. We have Elsie Silver. Now, she is a queen. We already know this. But she actually did put a reading order for her books. The first series that you're supposed to read is Wild Love. Now, I have not read this because it intimidates me because I want to love it. I do want to read this before Wild Eyes comes out. I think it's Wild Eyes? I hope I'm right. And then I've hauled the rest of this series, but not this specific book. So I did want to show you, I did get Hopeless. Of course, this is the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. And then I already read this book, but I did want to get Off to the Races. I did get this a little bit early. It was at my Barnes & Noble, and I was so excited because I did read this book. I haven't read the rest of the Gold Rush Ranch. I was about to call it Rebel Blue Ranch. I love Elsie Silver so stinking much. I have books by Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry's writing so much. They are so perfect. Her books are just so good. This is Happy Place. I did already haul this on this channel, but my dog decided to not only chew it, but poop in it and then rub his poop in it. So I had to get a replacement, of course, because it was really sad. That was a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. He wasn't aware. It's okay. And then of course her newest release, Funny Story, which I have not read also because I am intimidated. Next, I have Ashley Poston. I read The Dead Romantics. This was the first one that I read by her. I read it this year. I absolutely love this book. I know it gets some hate, but I actually really liked it. I actually did own The 7-Year Slip by her before I read this one. I of course had to get my trophy. So I already own this one, bought this copy so I can have it on my shelf, and she did come out with a novel love story, so I did buy this before my book buying ban ended. This author is in that same boat of only read one book, but I know I'm gonna love the other ones, and it is Annabelle Monaghan. I'm actually going to her signing, so I'm really excited for that. I read Nora Goes Off Script by her. Absolutely love this one. Got Same Time Next Summer, and then saw that Summer Romance came out and everybody loves this book, so I had to get it. I did, and I'm gonna see her, so hopefully I can get these signed. This author, I really love her books. I read 2 out of 3 of them. It is Katherine Center's works. They all matched, by the way. The Bodyguard I read first, and then I read Hello Stranger. I don't know if I hauled this on this channel. And then her newest release, The Rom-Commers. This is such a beautiful book. But yeah, I did read The Bodyguard and Hello Stranger by her, so I really wanted to read The Rom-Commers, so I picked that up. Next, I have a book that I haven't hauled by Lauren Asher because I've hauled, I think, all of her other books except for this one, which is Love Redesigned. Love Unwritten did come out, but I still haven't read this one, so I decided to hold off and not get it. Next, I have some books by an author I have not read any books by. This was a little impulsive. Target was having a sale. I was sad, so I have all these books by Megan Quinn. This one is a series, and then this last one is a standalone, I believe. It's Bridesmaid for Hire. This is her newest release, I believe. I shouldn't do this. I keep telling myself, like, don't buy full series before you haven't read it, but here I am doing that, but I've gotten a lot better at this. So, and that's a Meet Cute, and then So Not Meant to Be, and then the last one is A Long Time Coming. I've heard good things about this series and decided to give her a try. Hopefully I do like all these books, of course, and her writing, but yeah, the covers are just too cute to pass up, so I have a lot of Megan Quinn books to read, but I'm excited for them. Next, I'm going to be talking about a lot of sports romance. If you're not new here, then you probably know that I love sports romance. I haven't heard anybody talk about these books, but it is Offside and then Shut Up by Avery Keelan. First of all, she's a mammoth. She is huge. This is about 500 pages, but this is the Rules of the Game series, and I believe the 3rd one came out, but I'm not 100% sure, but whenever I want a sports romance, of course I'm going to be reaching for these. This book I already read. I've hauled some of her other books that I own. Yeah, this one is super exciting to talk about. It is The Rulebook by Sarah Adams. This is a romance between a football player and his, I guess, like, agent kind of thing. So yeah, I really like this book, but I didn't want to haul it because I love Sarah Adams' writing. It's so good. This next one is questionable. You're gonna be like, Kat, why do you have so many of those books? Like, why did you rebuy them? I was unaware of how much I wanted the original covers, but I did get rid of those. I did donate those. I decided to buy it again in the new slash kind of old covers. I'll just show you. I have almost the entire Off-Campus and Barbecue series in the, like, old covers, but they're published by Bloom. You know what I mean? I did have the indie published versions of these books, but I did donate those. These are the first 3 books of the Briar U series. I cannot find the last one to save my life. I haven't read this series at all. I think I read up to the goal, so I'm on the goal, but your typical sports romance, so love these. These next 2 books, I did read one of them, but I haven't read the other one, and it is Icebreaker and Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I read Icebreaker. Haven't read Wildfire, but I think Daydream is coming out in August, so I think I'll give this a go, and then hopefully I'll like it. I haven't heard many good reviews about this one though, so that makes me a little bit nervous. I actually did enjoy Icebreaker. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did. I actually really liked it. And then I don't know if these count as sports romances. They kind of do. I'm just gonna throw them in here real quick. I already do own the original covers of the Boys of Tommen series. Hopefully by the time my birthday rolls around, the other Ombre Spines are still gonna be out. I've heard nothing but good things about the Boys of Tommen series. It's just so intimidating. It looks like the Bible. Like, it literally looks like the Bible, so I'm very scared. But I only say that these are sports romance because I know that they play rugby, so kind of sports romance. I don't know. I already hauled all the other books to this series up until these ones. I believe, I'm not sure if I did all of them, but this is the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series by Kristen Becker Ritchie. I have Addicted After All and Thrive. I don't know if I already hauled Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower, but I have all the books up until these two. I believe I hauled the other books by this author. I read them, and this is her newest release. It is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. This got released this year. I did read Meet Me at the Lake and Every Summer After, and I have a love-hate relationship with this author, so I'm very nervous about this one, but I'm also excited because I've also heard good reviews, so we'll see. It's kind of up in the air how I'm gonna feel about this. This book was a gift around my birthday, so this haul is really taking it back to last year. It is Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. I did read it this month, really recently. It was an interesting read, and that's all I have to say. I don't think I will be reading any other books by this author. And then I have 2 romances by young adult authors. I believe I already hauled the first one of this duology type of thing, but I have If Only I Told Her. This is the book after If He Had Been With Me, I believe. I haven't read it, but I do have the second one just in case, because I know myself I will want the next one, so yeah. I have The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I believe I hauled Better Than the Movies already, and The Edges literally to die for. Literally to die for. I had to have it. I thought that was the end of the regular romance books, but I have just a few more, and then we'll get into dark romance, which I'm really excited to show you guys. This was another purchase that I probably shouldn't have done. I'm not gonna lie. I did buy these during that Target sale. It did get me. It is the last 2 books in the Twisted series by Anne Huang. Twisted Love was a very interesting read, so I don't know how these are gonna go, but I do have Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies. I guess I'm excited for them. I don't know. These last books in the romance category of this video are from the Rebel Blue Ranch series, which I talked about a little bit earlier. I have Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddle. This is the indie published edition. These covers are so cute. They are cowboy romances. I love my cowboy romances. These, they hit the spot. They really do. I'm so excited for Lost and Lassoed. I literally cannot wait for that book. I know it's gonna be my favorite, so yeah. Next, we're going to get into the dark romance section of this video. These are the last 2 books in the Brutal Birthright series. I read, I think, the first 2 books of this series. It is a mafia series, very easy dark romance to get into. This is by Sophie Lark. I love Sophie Lark's books so much. I loved the There Are No Saints duet. Oh my gosh, Sinners and Saints, I think is what it's called. I love that duet so stinking much. I have Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. This one has a bookmark in it because my boyfriend is reading this book. He's getting to it before me. I got to page like 62 and then soft DNF'd it because it just wasn't what I wanted at the moment. The 3rd book I believe is coming out next year. Next, I have the next book in the Cat and Mouse duet. I have the 2nd one. I already hauled Haunting Adeline, so I got Hunting Adeline, of course. I actually read, I think, about half of Haunting Adeline, and I actually really liked it, so I don't know what that says about me, but I did want the 2nd one. I heard that this one is a lot more dark and twisted. Don't know how I'm gonna feel about that, but I'm excited. Okay, now we're getting into, I'm not 100% sure what any of these books are about. I literally just got them. That's kind of how I go into all my books though. I don't really read synopses or anything. Is this synopses? I have no clue. But I don't really read the synopsis of any books. I just kind of like to go into them and see how I'm gonna feel and just vibe. These books I have not heard a lot about, so I'm just gonna go through them really quickly. Hawk by Jessie Hall. This one is actually a new release by this author. I did want to get into her books, but I saw on her website that she has a reading order, and this was the first one, even though the series isn't complete. This is one of her newer series. This is Fragile Sanctuary by Katherine. I'm pretty sure this is a dark romance, but the cover, this one definitely looks like a dark romance. I don't know what this is about either. I just know that this is a good series, I guess. I get all these book recommendations off of Goodreads and also Amazon, so like what other people buy and like, you know, what other readers enjoy. I got Crow Paradise by Nicole Fox. These 2 books are the first books in a series, but unfortunately the series is like the last one in the entire universe of this author. I looked at the reading order. This was dead last, so that is unfortunate for me, but I might just read it anyway just because I have them. These are the first 2 books in the Legacy of Gods series, which is the last series that you're supposed to read in her universe. So I did start reading Cruel King, which is like a little sidebar, but yeah, I do have these. Until I Get You by Claire Contreras. That's all I have to say. This one is the first book in a series. Obviously, I just like to try series out and see if I like them. I would normally buy the entire series of books, but I've been limiting myself to the first one, as you can probably tell. So this is the first book in the Madison Kate series. It is Hate by Tate James. I heard that the rest of the series is a little repetitive, but if I like the first one, I might continue, so we'll see. This book I got for a video, which I might make, I'm not 100% sure, but it is A Deal with the Devil by Elizabeth O'Rourke. I've also heard a lot of good things about this one, so I'm excited for this. This is the first book in the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. It is Hooked. This is like a fairy tale retelling of villains kind of romance. I'm not sure, but I bought this a very, very long time ago. I don't even know if I've hauled this on this channel, but this next one is very intimidating for me personally because it is huge. It is Beautiful Carnage by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. I just saw that this is a very highly rated dark romance. I think it's the first in a series. I could be very wrong. These next books are super popular. I saw this first one at my local Barnes & Noble, which is insane. It is The Ritual by Chantal Tessier. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. The cover alone makes me question my taste sometimes, but I actually heard a lot of good things about this, so I'm actually really excited for it. First book in the Dark Verse series by Runix, it is The Predator. I'm sure you've seen this cover everywhere. It is notorious, so I'm excited for this series, but I'm also, oh wow, the font is literally huge. But I'm also very intimidated. We are now finally getting into the last of the dark romance books, thankfully. The first one that I have here is The Love of My Next Life by Britt Larson. No, why was I thinking about Brie Larson? By Britt Benson. I'm so sorry. On the back it says, I calmed his demons, he created mine. Mood. Next, I have the first book in the Fallen Men series by Gianna Darling. It is Lessons in Corruption. This is the nice, like, discreet cover, special edition cover, which I really like, so I'm excited to get into this series as well, just like all the other ones that I have here. I just want to try a lot of dark romance and see if I like it. I already know that I like dark romance. Hopefully starting some of these series will make me fall in love with like more characters and everything and just get deeper into the genre, because it's not something that I'm like super familiar with. But yeah, this one was a questionable purchase, I'm not even gonna lie. I really liked this cover though. I could just read it on KU, but decided to purchase it. It is the first book in, I think it's a Hockey God series, not 100% sure. It is Brutal Obsession by S. Massery, and it is humongous. It is literally massive. I love when the other person's a dancer, because I'm a dancer. I've been dancing for years. When there's like a dancer in a book, I love that so much, especially when they do ballet. I am like so obsessed with that because I wish I was good at ballet. Quick little side note, don't know what this is about, so I had to add something, you know what I mean? This book is super popular on TikTok, but I have not heard of it until I saw it in Barnes & Noble. So maybe I'm just on the wrong side of TikTok, but I have Her Soul to Take. I know that this is a series about a person that falls in love with a demon or something. Something questionable. Right up my alley. I haven't heard many people talk about this. It is by Sierra Simone. The first book is Salt Kiss. The next one, I think it was like Honey Cut or something along those lines. So it was like Honey something. I started reading this book and was insanely taken aback. So softy enough for now, but I do have it. Next, I'm gonna start doing some fiction books that I have here and like some classics, I guess. So we'll just do these ones really quickly. These plays, or these books that I have here, I studied all of them in a Shakespeare class because I was a English minor in college. So I did have to take a Shakespeare class, and I wrote papers about all these books or these plays. So I have a bunch of works by Mr. William Shakespeare, of course. We have Romeo and Juliet, of course, The Tempest, Taming of the Shrew, A Midsummer Night's Dream. We have Twelfth Night, The Merchant of Venice, Hamlet, and then my favorite, Macbeth. So we studied all these in that semester, wrote papers about all of them and everything. So I do really enjoy Shakespeare, so I did buy the physical copies of those. The next classic that I have here I had for a science fiction class. So I have Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and I really like this cover from Barnes, so decided to get it. And then this one, honestly, I don't remember buying this. Well, I remember buying this, but I've heard so much about this person and I just wanted to read more of their work. So I have The Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath. I always see quotes from Sylvia Plath throughout like my daily life. So I decided to get the collection of journals by her just to see more of her work and get into her mind. So I was really excited about this one. Continuing on with the fiction section of this video, don't know why I got this. This is such a random purchase. I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't heard anything about it. It is When the Rain Ends by Mary Ellen Taylor. This book I actually got because I heard so many good things about it, and it is on the like dark academia table, which is like my favorite little subgenre. I got My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. I don't know what this is about as well, just like every other book in this video, but yeah, I did get that because I've heard amazing things about it. This book by Rebecca Yarros, I guess you could say it's kind of like a romance fiction type of book. It's like a past and present type of vibe. In my head, it's kind of like a historical romance almost. This next book, also don't know what it's about. I heard it's about an octopus. Something about the cover tells me it's about an octopus. It is Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I just heard that this was such a good fiction novel. When I hear good reviews about something, it makes me want to read it. So when I saw it, I got it. We know. We see the pattern. Last, this is a historical fiction. My first book by this author. I've had my eye on this book for literal years now. Probably like, I was gonna say a decade now, but that is like way too long, but it's been years for sure. It is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I haven't picked up anything by Kristen Hanna, so this would be the first one, but nevertheless, I'm super excited. It kind of gives me fall vibes, so if you've read this, please tell me what time of year I should read it. I don't know if I should read it in like the summer, like right now, or wait till the fall, but it does seem like a fall kind of book. I know it's about World War II. Super excited for this specific story, so yeah. Next, I'm gonna get into the thrillers of this video, and then we'll end with fantasy, of course. Here's my little stack of thrillers. Majority of these I actually have read already, but I did want to show you guys. So the first one that I have here is The Silent Patient by Alex. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I did enjoy this book. I don't think I'll be reading any more by him, but I'm not 100% sure, but I did enjoy this. It just didn't surprise me. I know so many people love this book so much, and it's one of their favorite thrillers. I guessed everything a little too early, I think. That was my problem though. And then all these other books are by one author. They're by Frida McFadden. I really enjoy Frida McFadden's books. These are the books in the Housemaid series. We have the first one, of course, The Housemaid. We love her. She's a classic. This one I did read. I did eat it up, and so did my dog, as you can tell. Unfortunately, this was a victim of an attack by my dog. No, I'm just kidding. But this book, he really went to town. But this is the second book in the Housemaid series, The Housemaid Secret. And this is her newest release, the third book in the Housemaid series, The Housemaid is Watching. And then I have two standalones by her. I have Never Lie, which I did read, and I actually finished it in like one night. I really like this book. And then we have The Locked Door. So I haven't heard much about this one specifically, but I do like her writing. They're so fast-paced, easy to get through. So if you're like looking for thrillers, I would recommend her. We have finally made it to the end of this video, thank God, because it is so hot in here. But we're going to do all of my fantasies now. First, I'm gonna start off with these ones by Miss Lauren Roberts. I have the first two books in the Powerless series and then the Powerless novella, so I'll just show you really quick. Powerless. This is the first novella, Powerful. It's so cute, so little. And then we have Reckless, which is the newest release. This was a gift, so I didn't buy my book buying ban, technically. I'm ashamed to say I haven't started it. I know. I just, judging by other people's opinions about it, I do feel like I'm gonna love it as well, so I did want to have the second one ready to go. Plus it was a gift, so I'm really thankful and very excited for that one. These next books are by an author I have not read by. I do have other works by this author, but I think I hauled it on this channel already. So it is Olivia Blake. I have One for My Enemy. I think I got these on sale at Target. Inside, just, I had to have it. I did, unfortunately. I think this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I just hear that Olivia Blake has such beautiful writing, which is what made me want to buy this one. And then this next one of my favorite booktubers, Madison, always recommends this book and said it changed the way her brain works. So of course I had to get it. It is Masters of Death. I haven't heard anybody else talk about it, and look at the inside. It is beautiful. I did have to have it. I did. So I did get it, and I'm really excited. I think I'll save this for like fall time. It gives me that vibe. Probably because of the skeleton and also the colors. I really love the colors on this book too. I have a first in a series that I haven't started, or I think it's a duet. So the first in a duet, it is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I've heard nothing but good things about this book, about this duet. So this next one that I have, I'm actually really excited to get into it. This is a series by this author that I haven't heard honestly much of from my end of like TikTok and the book community, but it is The Birch Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I have another book to show you by her. Oh my god, I didn't even know that this was here. Wow, that is so pretty. I did see this in my local Barnes & Noble, and I think it's a independently published book, but I'm not 100% sure. This next book is the first of a series as well, and it is Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I'm assuming it's about an assistant that helps a villain. I'm not 100% sure. I just kind of picked this up on a whim. Nevertheless, I'm really excited to get into this one as well. We are slowly going down the stack. This next book is also the definition of I picked this up on a whim because I saw it at Barnes & Noble and saw that it was interesting. This is Savage Lands by Stacey Marie Brown. I haven't heard many people talk about this, but the people that do talk about this love this series so much. It's about fae, and that's all I know about it. This next book is so beautiful. I have already read it, but I needed to have this for my collection because I love this series. It is A Curse for True Love. This follows the Caraval trilogy, and this is the last book in the next trilogy, like the companion trilogy. This is the UK edition. It's literally to die for. I needed to have it on my shelf. It is so beautiful. I'm not 100% sure if this is a romance or a fantasy. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm just gonna put it in this section really quick, but it is The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. I could be really wrong about this. I do think that there are some fantasy elements in this book, but I'm not 100% sure. These next two books are the first in two separate series that are connected. I don't know which one I have to read first, but I got the first book in both series. I don't know why. I did see them in Barnes & Noble. They are in the romance section. They seem like they're fantasy, so I'm not 100% sure about these ones either. This is Rhapsodic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Please don't come for me. By Laura Thalassa. I can't talk. We've been filming for a while. This is the first book in the Bargainer series. I don't know if this is before this series. It's upside down. We have Pestilence by Lauren Thalassa. Thalassa. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is the first book in the Four Horsemen series. I know that you have to read one before the other. Not 100% sure. Please let me know in the comments if you read these and if you like them. I would like to know. Next, I have the first book in the War of the Lost Hearts series by Carissa Broadbent. This one is Daughter... I cannot pronounce my R's. It's literally so hard for me to do. Daughter of No Worlds. I don't know what this is about. I'm not gonna lie. I do have some other books by Carissa Broadbent that I think I want to get to before this series, but I have the first one ready to go when I'm ready for it. We already talked about this author in this section, but I have another book by her, Danielle L. Jensen. This is A Fate Inked in Blood. When I purchased this, the bookseller at Barnes & Noble told me that this copy is so sought after. I don't know exactly why. Hopefully I will understand soon. But if you see that sticker, it's signed, which is so exciting. I love getting signed books, but I also love going to get my book signed. So yeah, I kind of picked this up on a whim, I'm not gonna lie, but then the bookseller sold me because I was kind of debating if I should get it or not, but I'm really happy I did. So yeah, we are nearing the end of this video. I have this next stack of books by one author, Rebecca Yarros. I'm sure you guys have heard of these books. If you haven't, you're probably living under a rock, but we have Fourth Wing, and then the second book in that series, Iron Flame, and then I do have the like special Barnes & Noble edition, I believe, of Fourth Wing with the black sprayed edges because I wanted it to match Iron Flame. I have the copy of Fourth Wing, which is like the regular gold cover. It took me so long to find this book, so once I did, I was super excited. I did start it. It was a softie enough because I just wasn't in the mood for fantasy, but I do have it for what I am, and I've just heard nothing but good things. I'm sure everybody has, so yeah. And last but not least, this book. I have had this book for a minute now on my shelf, and I'm really excited to get into it. I do think I have it on Kindle as well. It is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. All I know about this book is that it's about typewriters. I did start it, people sending like notes back and forth with like typewriters. I am so wrong about all these books. I already know I'm gonna get flamed. Please keep in mind, I don't know much about these because I just choose not to know. I like to be surprised, so if I say something wrong, which I say something wrong in literally every single video that I make, please disregard me. But yeah, so those are all the books that I have accumulated since my last book haul. We were here for such a long time, and I am slowly getting more and more crazy. as I sit in this heat. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I have some very exciting videos coming out. If I make them, I might get embarrassed and delete them like I always do. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope to see you again soon. If I don't, I hope you have a great rest of your day. So